Hey y'all, no fancy editing today either, but I'm getting there. I even think I might have a logo coming up soon. So, friends, welcome. Happy Thursday. You cheated, you saw the title. The opposite of addiction. What is it? Most people think it's sobriety, and it is not. Uh, I want to talk to you about a wide range of things today that are all tied together. And below, I'm going to give you links to probably an article from The Guardian and a Joe Rogan clip. Uh, Johan Hari. Johan Hari is an expert on addiction and legalization and community. And he has studied this stuff, and I've listened to him for a long time. And this is finally the guy that he feels the way I feel, and from science, about how these woes of the world are solved through legalization and compassion. Legalization and compassion. So let's start with the opposite of addiction is not sobriety. Addiction is not what people think, and they really need to start looking at it from a whole new perspective. We need to take our perception sunglasses off, and we have to listen beyond our own cognitive dissonance and start hearing, because he there's a special Joe Rogan clip that I'll put below where he discusses. I know I got a lot of bad thumbs down when I talked about legalizing everything, but now here's a guy who's much more able to speak than I am and can bring it from a place of reality. The opposite of addiction is connection. Addicts don't have connection. They're not connected to society. They don't feel connected to life. They are hanging on by a thread. They are addicted. It doesn't matter what you're addicted to. They are addicted because they're trying to escape their environment. Addiction is environmental. I've had that written down for the last 3 or 4 weeks, trying to figure out how to really post it. Sorry, very dry eyes today. How to really properly talk about it. Addiction is not product oriented. Yes, some things are more chemically addictive to our bodies, where there's an addiction hook, where if you stop taking it, your body's saying, where is that? Where is that? Nicotine, heroin, stuff like that. But the bigger piece is the environmental factor, the the area in which the person lives. Is it bustling or is it depressed? Is the person depressed? Depression is also very, very closely linked. And Johan Hari goes on with this Joe Rogan clip to talk about something I didn't know, something about Switzerland. Now, he even says he's Swiss. He is Swiss, and he says, we are not compassionate people. We are not people who care a lot if you make a lot of mistakes in your life, because if you do, that's your problem. We're about logic. We are, he says, the Swiss are so far right that they'd make Trump look like a lefty. So think about that. They're very, very, you handle your life and I handle mine, and let's keep things efficient and logical. So they are the last ones to create a compassionate society unless there's something in it for them. And they talk about how the we do not attack the opioid crisis properly because we don't copy the only place that was ever able to beat it, and that's Switzerland. Switzerland had one of the worst opioid crises up to a decade ago. 5 years ago even. It was absolutely horrible. And so they sent a few doctors away, kind of the same as the Portugal experiment, except it was only in regards to heroin. Is a think tank came back to the government and said, we need to legalize heroin. We need to legalize it, give them an opportunity, and take all the money that we're spending right now on throwing these people in jail, going to court, giving them public defenders, keeping them in jail, etc., etc., etc. We need to take that money, because if we legalize it, we don't have to spend that there anymore, and put it into helping them find work, helping them get educated, finding out what is causing them to fall down and out of society. And the opioid crisis, because of this change, is over. Is over. So, absolutely amazing how we can think that punishing somebody who already feels like they're on their last leg. He quoted one person who said, my heroin addiction saved my life, because if I didn't have heroin at the time I was addicted, I would have killed myself, because life sucked that bad. So it's looking at it from a new non-punishment thing. Don't punish people because their lives have fallen apart by putting them in jail and giving them a criminal record so they can't hold a job. Find out why their lives are falling apart. Give them support, both financially and community-wise. Get them back into community. Yes, that costs money, but it costs far less than litigating all of this and still ending up with an addict. Litigation doesn't fix it. It just gets them out of society for a little while they're in jail, and it costs a lot of money. Applying a bit of money to help them educate, to help them find work, and because of a legal heroin supply that is very restricted. In fact, they say at most of these clinics, the addict has to go in and actually take the heroin there. They can't take it off and maybe sell it. So it's really, really carefully restrictive. But they don't just give them heroin and say goodbye. They give them heroin, they talk with them, and they help them through it. And the addiction rate has gone down by well over 50%. The suicide rate has gone down. Crime has gone down. Absolutely every area in society that was hurting them has gone down, and they have a much better society. When that legalization of heroin came back up for re-vote, 75% of their parliament voted to keep it going, even though they're mostly Republican and against legalization, because it made fiscal sense. It was smart. It helped people, and it cost less money. It got rid of the problem, and it cost less money. Now, is there zero problem? No. There will always have a problem with people who can't handle any kind of chemical, but instead of punishing, we help, and we can help most, not all. We got to quit thinking you can eradicate the world of drugs or eradicate the world of hate. All we can do is be more compassionate, be more caring, be more understanding, and think outside the box. The countries that have legalized and created a system of health care, not throw them away in the jail cell, have an improved economy, have an improved base of people, and a happier society. Isn't that what we're all out for? So this is a long one, but there's a lot of work for all of you that are interested, because there's going to be a couple of links below for you to involve yourself. Understand this a little better, and let's talk below. We always talk below. The comments have been a little less lately, so let's pitter patter, let's get at her, and let's talk a little bit more. Remember, subscribe, watch another video, give it the thumbs up, and say ha. Say hi. Ha, ha, ha. Peace and cheers. Love and harmony.